comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome for some more ECAC SSBU. A whole lot of letters and even more fun. I am Sepulence, and that handsome man to my left or right, I don't know, is Kilomiles, and we are super excited to be bringing you some more ECAC Super Smash Bros. Action.
Yeah, and as we're getting into it tonight, we have the let's just check in here. Buena Vista University coming in here with some familiar players to me and some very unfamiliar players, taking on all the way from Texas the Southwestern Assemblies of God University, SAGU.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, the Southwestern Assemblies of God University will certainly be referred to as SAGU for a majority, if not all of the rest of the broadcast, as that is just a little bit quicker to roll off the tongue. But like you said, Buena Vista, I believe I have had the opportunity to cast them before here at the ECAC. A couple of their names, Sophia and Caitlin in particular, both like jumped out to me right away, or KK rather, excuse me. Both seemed familiar, so I want to see these players' play style and see if I'm actually remembering them or if I'm just inserting memories. I have no idea, truly, but I'm super excited. I know that I've never seen SAGU before, and without spoiling anything, without giving away their roster early, SAGU is going to bring out what I'm going to call 3 really unique character choices. One of them lesser so than the other 2, but I'm really excited because I don't consider any of these characters to be kind of that top tier.
Yeah, I agree with you in the tier list sort of range. However, in terms of skill, I do think we have some good things coming from SAGU because
Absolutely.
I actually know some of the players from there. Like I mentioned, they have I met them at my first LAN tournament, and well, they went on a tear through the doubles bracket. I mean, they didn't upset the top seeds, but they came pretty close.
Right.
And overall, some very good performances. I'm excited to see how they've developed in the couple months since I last saw them. And yeah, overall, it seems like a very nice, very balanced matchup. That's the beauty of these Swiss brackets. You always get very balanced matchups between these rosters.
Yeah, and balance is the name of the game, and I'm really hoping that we get to see a little bit of that. I know you and I beforehand, both with and without one another, have seen a lot of like 9-0s and a lot of devastating plays from these teams. So it's all about keeping the game close. That's all I can really hope to see. Is like you said, it's just entertaining at the end of the day. That's all I'm really rooting for.
Mm-hmm. As it does sound like we're into the lobby now, and we're trying to see who they're sending out first. But while we get into that, these two teams have, well, like you said, they've got some highs and lows. They've got some new players. They've got some old, long-standing captains, high-placing captains. But they've also got some new players, some players who are competing for the very first time tonight. And that's always fun to see, especially in a collegiate scene, because, well, when you make it onto the starting roster like that right away, there can be some just a lot of potential for development as you're getting up through the pecking order in your college's roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Fighting your way not only, against your opponents and against the people you're going up against, but against your own teammates a little bit, right? It's important, like you said, to stabilize yourself early, really make a name early on. And as we're jumping in here, we're going to have a Pintra v Luigi matchup. Halo as you told me before the broadcast, a bit of a Luigi prodigy, and I'm really excited to see what Luigi's engagement options are going to be. I think Pyra and Mitra both are going to be great at keeping space or creating and then maintaining said space, but if Talo gets in, this can be over before it even starts.
Yeah, it's all about keeping your space. As Aoife on the Luigi right now is going to get the dash attack, sending them off stage, and they've been doing a great job in making sure this Pyra never really gets an opportunity to take the space, and now you're in the Luigi kill throw range. Down throw tornado, down throw up B. They're all deadly finishers if you get the chance.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm really excited to see kind of what Halo's kill confirm options are going to be. Like you said, Luigi's got quite a few in the back pocket. Are we going to see like a short hop in and just do an immediate up B and hope he gets a sweet spot? Are we going to see a little bit more calculated, maybe a grab into down throw, into up special? But we're going to have to wait and find out. Halo right now is just going to be that run forward dash attack style that really puts Bernie down early.
Yeah, and right now, Aoife, they're playing a very methodical Luigi. Like, they stand still and wait for their opportunity. They wait for their parry, and then they go in for the big damage. But it's not the huge Luigi combos. They're not even going for grabs. They're just getting simple bread and butters, strings that aren't quite true, but they're following Casper's ZI perfectly.
Right. The ZI in particular is something that you really need, by and large, to succeed, right? You need it happening in terms of Are they going to keep falling into it? Are they going to DI out of my moves, so on and so forth? And ooh, Aoife going to be taken down, but not out. 146% in the Dream. A full rage Luigi. Unfortunately, not going to have the recovery to make that one back. And I've got to say, Kazmir in particular has made up for a lot of lost time. Still a 70% deficit, but obviously it's a lot better than we were just a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, certainly is, Septulances. Now, you get the down air, but that F smash is going to put Luigi in disadvantage, but not a real attempt to follow up. Just focusing on center stage control. That's what Kazmir is doing. But Aoife, well and truly prepared to just let them swing away. They are fine to just wait for their opportunity and go for the tornado, but they fall out of it. Not the correct positioning right there, as 2 quick swaps in the air get Kazmir back in center stage.
Center stage may be the name of the game as we move into the latter half of this. And yeah, at the beginning, I was accidentally calling E for Taylor Halo. I fell for the tag, that's my fault entirely, but we're back into the swing of things as Kazmir is removed from that very swing, losing that second stock. Some great ledge coverage options coming out from Aoife to try to guarantee that second stock being taken. They find it, and Miles, I know Luigi's grab in particular a lot more than others because it's that tether grab. If you miss it, the window to punish is a lot larger than other grabs, so I feel Aoife has to play, around these grabs very strategically, very methodically.
Yes, they go for that little bit of damage right there. Out of the 0 to death range, which is important. As you can see, Aoife they just wait for this opportunity to get in, and they go for full hop. Floaty jump. And that is what gives them the edge. That's what gives them the positioning they need. Because Pyra, when she throws out that blazing edge, she is completely vulnerable. You can't throw out another hitbox.
Yeah, the hit that's really going to be the end of it sometimes. Oh my goodness, I'm waiting to see. I keep thinking Aoife is on one stock or something, but no, they're still rocking on that second stock. Full rage once again. They weren't able to get any value out of that rage last time, as they simply did not make it back to the platform. But now it's going to be the aggression coming out from Kazmir, large and in charge for the first time in a long time. And that up special on the Pyra is going to find that second stock and put it down. Now it's a 1-to-1, 80% differential here in favor of Aoife. Things looking good moving forward. I mean, you don't get any bonus points for the JV, and it looks like we're not going to get the JV. There's still plenty of time for Kazmir to turn this one around.
Ooh, that up tilt too into the Pyronado already. It looks like Kazmir is finding a way to stuff out what Aoife was going for.
Yeah, and Aoife there interrupting the Prominence Revolt there with just a single fireball, catches it on the way down. There's the grab, there's the down throw of the tornado. Gonna be caught. You're gonna catch nothing, excuse me, now. Aoife large and in charge for so long of the engagement, so long in the game so far, but now it is tied up a 0.1% difference. At the end of the day, that 0.1 may be the difference they need. A lot of side specials coming out from Kazmir. As we talked about at the beginning, one of the first sentences out of our mouths was, spacing is what it's going to be all about. And I think Kazmir playing a better late than never game, but the spacing getting stronger and stronger. 116 to 114, but will the dash attack find the stock? No, it will not quite yet.
Oh, but that's such an aggressive up B right there, and it's going to be punished hard. But caught by the side B on ledge. How are you going to get down now? Falling right on top of them. Oh!
That was an ego peak if I've ever seen one. Oh my goodness, goes in deep for that. Hits the jump out of it, but not going to be able to dodge that one. Aoife will fall early on there. Oh my god, it was stop. I mean, that, you fought hard, it shows.
Fighting hard is such an understatement right there. What Kazmir did, they were down so far. Yeah. And
2 stocks
they were using really only Pyra's best tools. Up tilt, blazing edge, up B. But sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
Because the thing about them is that they are all kill moves. But even when you hit a kill move at low percent, even though it won't combo into anything, it is still safe on hit, which means it'll knock them far enough away that they're not going to immediately hit you as soon as they're actionable again.
Right. Right, absolutely. And I want to talk about as well, you made a great point. They're really clawing back from the jaws of defeat for a lot of that Aoife. Like I said, I feel 100 times. I thought Aoife had that in the bag. I truly did. About a minute in, they were a full stock up. They were looking great. The combos were coming out. But, you don't win in the first 30 seconds very often. So you've got to be running that marathon instead of that sprint. I think it's exactly what we saw. Miles, something I do want to point out, though, and maybe you can shine a little bit of light on this, is we saw almost, not entirely, but almost exclusively Pyra. Is there anything that can really be utilized there from Aoife's side to take advantage of that and try to find some more windows to succeed? Next time around,
Now-
I guess, because Aoife is gone. But theoretically, the next players as well. You know, what can somebody do to take advantage of Pyra with no Mithra?
Now, the issue with Pyra is her slow speed. She does have very low end lag on her hitboxes, but they're very long startup. So, while once you see a down air coming out, you've got to respect it. But then it's going to be a decent bit before they can throw out another one again. Now, if they land, then that's a different question. But you can do a lot of landing mix-ups. As again, you've just got to punish them hard for throwing out moves that are whiffing. I mean, whiff punishing is hard online. It's very hard. But if there's one character in the game who can do it, the character with the best dash dance in the entire game, it's going to be Inkling.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very excited to see Inkling making an appearance. Inkling is going to be... That is Bleezus from the side of SAGU, so coming out early. And every time, Killer Mouse, no matter how many times I do this, when I see somebody SD at the beginning like that, my heart skips a beat. And then I remember, I'm like, oh wait, that ain't supposed to be happening. So it's going to be a 3-1. So really, Bleezus, your goal is take a single stock without losing any, and you tied things all the way back up.
Yeah, it feels like Casimir is almost playing purely reactionary right now, which is not a bad thing. They just wait for you. They throw out these safe options, and they're like, you pick an option. You figure out how to approach me. But if you guess wrong, you're eating a minimum 20%.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest part. Like you said, it's almost a little bit of like pseudo RNG. It's like you can go for it, but if you're wrong, you're really going to be in a world of hurt. Speaking of a world of hurt, Bleezus already up to 80%. That is going to be rough, but honestly, those percents don't count if you don't lose the stock, right? It doesn't matter at the end of the day because you can go into the next matchup, 3 stocks on the board, but it's all about keeping that first of 3 stocks alive.
Ooh, there's the roller right there. Maybe get you some stage control, but not high enough stocks to keep that, and you're going to get shield poked eventually by that Pyronado as it lands, and such a huge hitbox on that up B as well. It's going to make sure that you cannot get off, but the grab gives you some stage control again. Yep. There has been a recent Inkling buff that buffed neutral B extraordinarily well. It's going to be a great poking tool, but you're not going to need it once they're off stage. Just the feet sending you straight off as SAG ties it up against BBU.
That was incredible. I did not think the kill confirm was coming in there, but I love the aggression. I love the jumping off stage, going for the forward air, I think. I'd never watched Inkling gameplay, but whatever move that was, it gets a kill a lot earlier than I thought it was going to, and I'm excited to see that. That ties things pretty much all the way back up. Bleezus not losing a single stock on the matchup. Casimir going down. I mean, what is that, 6 stocks on both sides now?
Yeah, and it took a bit. If you remember, they were at a serious deficit to start out there. They were taking hit after hit
80%
after
at one
hit.
point.
Yeah, it was brutal. And honestly, the way I think of it, you were asking how to think about Pyra. Pyra is like a boss fight. You know how bosses in video games, they'll just throw out these huge hitboxes that almost seem unfair, but they're almost designed for you to be able to punish them afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That's kind of what Pyra is. That is what Pyra does to you. But if you're not perfect on the timing, you're not going to go in and get those punishes, and another one is already coming out right after.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I think that's a really good way to put Pyra gameplay. You've got that window. It's almost built into the game for you to have that time to strike, but if you go in too late, if you don't hit that window, you're going to pay the price. You're going to be taking some damage, and that's exactly what we saw. I mean, what was it? Bleezus for, at one point I think it was 80% to like 12 or 14. Not a lot is the point. And then Bleezus really had to kick it up a notch because they, especially against Pyra, were only a few hits from death. They had to really play carefully. They had to make sure they were only engaging in those proper windows to succeed, or I truly think that first stock would have been lost. Even a single mistake could have cost them that first stock and cost their team the tied matchup that we have now.
Yeah, it definitely could have, and we're going to see if they can clean that up, because you got to remember, this is not just one crew battle, it is a best of 3 crew battle, so you got to win 2 to win, so we're going to be seeing these players again.
Which is exciting. That's why I had the mental block earlier when I was like, oh, what do you want to see from Aoife, as if Aoife was going to be playing again. But no, Aoife will come back around next time. Super excited to see this, though. It looks like we've got a Dark Pit coming to the table. So Inkling v Dark Pit, I think the first thing that comes to mind from me with both of these characters is they are pretty darn quick.
Oh, yeah. But it's the disjoints from Pit that are going to be Inkling's main obstacle. Other than that, their stats kind of exceed Dark Pit's in every regard. A better projectile, better combos. As you can see, a better rushdown, too. As Bleezus, it got me, too, gets an immediate opening.
Yeah, Bleeze is starting a lot stronger here than we saw last time. I'll only bring up that 80% one more time just to kind of touch down on how crucial it was, how unexpected we kind of ran into that scenario. But Title now going to be the one on the wrong side of an 80% and counting matchup. I love the utilization of the nade there. Covers that roll up and covers that jump directly onto stage. Forces them onto the side there, onto ledge. But the follow-up, unfortunately, just was not there. The forward air comes through and oh, the roller into up smash. What a combo. That is just a great way to rack up some damage.
Yeah, 127%. And you gotta remember, Inkling does more damage the more ink you have on you. That's why Title has taken so much already, as the back air just stacks it up even more.
Yeah, the back air is gonna find that stack up, and I'm really curious to see if, you know, can Title find any more real value before they lose this first stock.
Ooh, that's some nice shield pressure right there. Detonating the grenade on the shield to make it unclear when to drop down. But now you're hit at max rage, and Inkling, well, can have some trouble killing. You've got to find an edge guard to kill. Oh. And look at that. Bleezes does just what I say.
There it is. Kilo, I'd love to compliment your genius, but we all knew that coming into this. You are phenomenal at these reads. You know exactly what these players need to be doing, and Bleezes feels like they're listening, you know? It's going to be a great opportunity to rack up what I always call that extra credit, those extra percents. Is every hit that Title takes right now is just guaranteed almost free damage for Bleezes as they hold on to that third stock.
Now they have Title off stage. And off stage, Pit is one of the more exploitable recoveries. Once you're out of those jumps, they have such a linear up B. It's just a straight, slow line.
Yeah, very easy to punish. There's a lot of those in the game. And yeah, like you said, Dark Pit a little more on the punishable side, but it looks like Bleeze is not even looking for those punishes. Oh, there's the nade they wanted, but the iframes are going to catch the Title out, keep them alive. They live another day, or, you know, I hate to say day, they live a few more seconds, but with the way Bleezes is playing, I don't think Title's not going to be with us much longer. And there it is.
Yep. Yeah, the tipper hitbox on that paint rush, it's brutal. That'll kill you dead from anywhere on stage. As at this point, Title is kind of struggling to find their way in, to find their kill. Pit needs a hard read to get that, and they're searching for that hard read with the side B, but it sends up, not out, not up, so it's not going to kill quite yet.
Yeah, no kills making their confirms quite yet. Bleezes not even getting killed yet. 130% to Dream It. Oh no! Not the Buena! Oh! Title falls a little bit too low beneath the stage, and unfortunately you will not break your way through that.
It's brutal. You hate to see it, but that is what I was thinking the entire time as I was watching that. Because if you were watching, you saw Bleezes was chucking those grenades, so they went just over the lip of the stage, bouncing right off the side and dropping down. Now, they have a little bit of an arc to them, so they're not going to fall straight down. So there's a little bit of leeway where you can ride the stage up. But on Pokemon Stadium 2, if you ride the stage too far, you end up underneath, as we just saw there. And that is why that brutal SD happened.
Oh my goodness, brutal indeed. And that's going to be Bleezes with our first and honestly probably not last 3-0 of the day. These players have all shown they definitely know what's going on. But this does, I believe, guarantee we're going to be seeing Talo Halo now. I believe SAGU only has 3 players. And Talo Halo, this is the player in particular I was thinking of when I mentioned their unique character choices. Kilmouse, you know a little bit more about him than I do, though.
Yeah, I do, but I don't think Talo Halo is coming in quite yet. They'll be after Bleezes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong team. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. And, well, I believe Danks may be the one coming in, but it's tough to call. Either way, an array of top tiers coming up. But for now, I just want to focus on this Inkling.
Yeah.
And the main thing about Inkling, you can't mess up off stage, because once you miss that up air, which Talo Halo has assured me that Bleezes has been practicing, but it's still probably one of the hardest kill confirms in the entire game.
Truly.
If you miss that, then really Inkling's only kills come from roller and edge guards.
Yeah.
That's what you've been seeing the entire game. Roller into F smash, roller into up smash, or getting a juicy back air or forward air off stage.
Yeah, it's been a lot of the roller, and we talked about that right at the beginning. I think you've made a great point there. I feel like that's Inkling's easiest kill confirm, right? Is the roller into forward smash, into up smash, because it literally holds your opponent in place for you. So it's a very strong one to use. We saw a couple of forward airs off of Bleezes, but it seems like they definitely want to be playing more of that ground game, more of that grenade and roller-based gameplay. They want to almost... I don't want to say projectiles, because that feels weird, but they want to really combo the way I feel Richter and Simon players often do, if that makes any sense.
No, I get that completely. Because all of those tools, all those poking tools you just mentioned, all the projectiles, the splat bomb, the splatter gun, they all add on ink. So that when you do touch them with an aerial, it's going to do 1.5 times more damage. And you might think, 1.5? That's not even that much. It is. When you get trapped in a 4-hit combo, it's a 6-hit combo. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it, especially up air, does a ridiculous amount of damage. You get caught there, you are done for. As the last player for this crew battle from BVU is coming out to make a stand against Bleezus. It's going to be Danks.
Yes, it is going to be Danks, and I'm super excited to see what Danks brings to the table here. Joker, he is quick, but like you said, that paint really adds up over time. We're going to have to see what value makes an appearance here from that. But instead, it looks like Danks is really struggling to find an engagement. Luckily enough, I think Joker's big brother is going to show up pretty soon here, and that might give Danks the window he needs.
Yes, at this point, you already have Arsene, because all that extra damage means all that extra points in the meter. But if you have Arsene, it doesn't matter if you're still getting grabbed. Gonna miss the up throw up air again. Like I said, with correct DI, it is so difficult to hit.
Yeah.
They go for that raw F smash, but even if you get punished, come on, you're at 1%.
Oh, and that's going to be the short hop engagement to come through, but no, instead, Arsene, what was that, maybe 12% in total, so really not a great performance from the Arsene, from Danks' Arsene there, but I feel, Miles, I feel like Bleezus is just playing too far ahead almost. Like Bleezus feels too large and in charge right now that Danks truly just cannot keep up.
No, I can see that completely right now, Sephilan says, whoo, that was a nice attempt at an up air, because that up air, an extraordinarily strong kill move. It doesn't look that strong, but those 2 hits are meaty. As they're going for that falling forward air right there, still not going to kill. Like I said, Inkling, so tough to get that 1 hit, but if your opponent isn't getting that 1 hit, does it matter if you're not? Well, now that they are, yes, as they go for the steal right there.
Yeah, finally going to get some action. Making an appearance from Danks. Second Arsene of the game, of the stock, let alone. Oh, my! Woo! You cannot just be tanking those nades, my friend. Golly, what was that, 100 and something percent? That nade is sending you directly into the blast zone. Now Bleezus finding that lead once again, up to 80%. Got to play it careful here, cannot overextend.
I like these little pokes right here. Using Inkling's low profile, usually that's Joker's thing. Joker is so skinny that he just gets right around a lot of hitboxes when he's dashing around. Inkling literally goes into the floor. Good luck hitting that.
Absolutely. It's going to be all about the, you can't exactly spike the ground in the same way Inkling's going to be able to spike you. 100%, this may be the first stock we actually see Bleezus lose up to this point. It's crazy. The last time Bleezus was even over 100% was against Casper, and Casper only had 1 stock at the time. So it truly is interesting to see, you know, Bleezus finally getting a little bit more of a run for their money. And I hesitate to say even that, Miles, because there's still a full stock in the league.
And Joker is inherently a comeback character.
Right.
Inkling, inherently not so. But when Inkling is playing the lead, it's so difficult to get in on them. They have tools to make you approach, and even though Joker does too, down a full stock right now. Ooh, missed turnaround grab right there. Maybe got a little snapback, but that's going to be killed. And there it is, dashing through them to get the Timber hitbox out.
155, full rage, full paint on board right now for Bleezus. Just looking for any opportunity to farm some damage here, trying to guarantee they get as much extra credit as they can. The roller gonna pick up 12%, but that's a great way to take Danks back off his feet. Oh, directly into the nade. Here's the, what is that, 4th Arsene. Gonna get just enough action here for Bleezus to return. Parry comes through. 190%. I am amazed to see an Inkling live that long. Bleezus finally losing that first stock.
That happened against Arsene, Sephilan. Everything would have killed. But that footstool gives you an opportunity right here. Maybe a chance for a combo. A landing there could lead to some big damage. But, well, Bleezus is very well aware of that. They know exactly what they're signing up for. And you can tell Danks knows their win condition is getting another Arsene. They're being very liberal with these Rebels guards, and there they is. Ooh, they use that invincibility and the transformation to dodge that down smash, but not that one.
Not the bucket. Oh my goodness. Bleezus coming in super incredibly strong. wrong there. The Arsene comes out, but Arsene is not going to save you from that much damage off ledge like that. That was a guaranteed kill, I believe, for Blizzus. A phenomenal performance on that Inkling.
Yeah, that was fantastic overall. I feel like they play a very simple and clean gameplay. They're not hitting the up throw up airs, but they've got the fundamentals to hit edge guards, and they've got the fundamentals to know when they can punish landing lag with, say, roller. It is always going to be roller. It's either roller or down smash, because if you know they're going to land on this side of you, somewhere in this general area, cover it with the moving hitbox that is roller. If you know they're going to land on top of you, but you're not really sure which side, cover it with down smash. Overall, just good option coverage. It wasn't the optimal option. It was never the most damage, but it was just guaranteed damage over time, and that's always going to lead to more stocks than just chipping in every now and then.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, huge credit to Blizzus, right? But you and I always talk about this. I hope somebody else starts. Like, I'd love to see Taylor
Taylor, team captain. They're a Mii sword fighter player, and specifically, they run, I believe, a chakram and a tornado. They've got all sorts of little gimmicks in their bag, but most importantly, they got the kill confirms. And that, I bring it up every time we work together. I brought it up before the cast, is the most important thing you can have.
Absolutely.
When you can guarantee a kill, you're done for. As it looks like the salty run back is going to be what we're getting instead. The same starters as Aoife tries to avenge their, well, Casper clutched on them. I'm not gonna lie, Casper came in so clutch. So
yeah.
Aoife is fighting for their pride right now as Casper's looking to get a repeat.
Yeah, Aoife definitely got the turnaround on them, unfortunately. I'm not going to call it a reverse sweep, but it certainly was starting to feel like one. So like you said, the salty run back from Aoife here, it's going to be that now or never moment, their final time to shine here tonight, because if SAGU wins the second game, then that is going to give them a guaranteed victory here tonight. As like we said, a best of three, so they've only got to win this one more series. But if Buena Vista can clutch it out, if they can win this second series, they will take us all the way to Series 3.
Yeah, in that third series, that's where things could get brutal. So SAGU, you want to shut it down right here and now if you can, as you get this guaranteed damage. But oh, amazing DI right there. Seeing that Aoife is reading a DI left, so they're drifting left. So Casper instead is like, okay, I'm going right.
Yeah, and it looks like Casper may have heard, you know, a little bit of my analysis, a little bit of my critique, because we are seeing already notably more Mithra gameplay than we saw last time. So the swaps happening may, you know, shake up Aoife a little bit, may make it a little harder to find consistent combos, or it's going to be harder for Casper to change the playstyle so aggressively. Aoife might be able to capitalize on that. Cannot capitalize on an up special from Casper, though. 137 HP in a dream. No, not HP. Percent in a dream. Casper, I mean, every hit from here on out is extra credit, but it looks like Aoife is trying to tie it up straight away.
And that's going to be brutal right there. At this point, just throwing out the blazing edge. But, oh, the use of the foresight right there, that gives me good feelings for what's to come. Because foresight, one of the best tools to deal with projectiles, and Aoife has been a little bit liberal with their use of those fireballs.
Yeah, definitely so. Aoife seems to utilize those fireballs as one of two things. And the first is to cover ledge, to cover a recovery option, or the second is just to kind of open up a combo a little bit. Force them to shield, or force them to jump, or anything, you know, in that wheelhouse. But maybe, like you said, maybe Casper can start taking advantage of that later on in the series. Finally, that tornado is going to kill and take that first stock off of Casper. Maybe a 42% HP differential here. Not HP, but I'm saying that percent. But now, oh, here comes the Luigi combo. Oh, going to get taken out there.
Yeah, but a nice 37%, and punishing that Flame Nova is going to give you even more. It feels like Casimir starts these stocks at 60%.
Truly, it seems like Eefer's really capable of finding these percentiles early on, really capable of finding the damage to rack up, about halfway to a kill confirm. But like you said, 60%, and here we are still stuck at 60% in that time. I think Eefer's taken 80, 90.
Yeah, but now comes the time for killing. And Eefer has been struggling a little bit with getting those down throw confirms. Well, every single one of Pyro's moves is a confirm, except for that side B, but it's still going to rack up damage.
Absolutely, and Eefer just, I think, maybe getting a little scared there, going to get rid of the stock, and now going to be able to find a dash attack back. If they can find the second stock early, I see 1,000 ways Eefer's able to clutch this one back out, but if Casimir starts to drop these side special combos again, it's going to be a dark world for Eefer, but there's what we needed, the back air, taking out Casimir's second stock, and Kilo, we are all the way back to that 1v1.
Yeah, we are, as these platforms are strictly controlled. It's a no-fly zone, and unfortunately, Eefer keeps getting caught up in it. Unfortunately, now, center stage is completely dominated by this giant flaming sword until that Pyronado gets beat out by the grab. Move's busted. I can't believe that.
Oh!
Hits ledge, too?
I always forget that it grabs ledge like that. Yeah, no, it will scour over the ledge, beat the iframes, and basically just kick your butt and fling back into the air. 81 to 43%, and Eefer wants this one back. They don't want to walk away with a 2-0 from Casimir here tonight. This might be the first opportunity to do so, but the up special! You've got to stop falling for that, Eefer. You've got to roll, you've got to shield, you've got to do anything, but that's not the end of the day quite yet. 30% differential right now. Let's see if Eefer can pull it back. Not quite at full rage, but maybe you don't need rage to find these kill confirms.
That's possible, but again, every single one of these is a kill confirm, and Luigi is just fishing at the ledge. Ooh, the prominence hold at the ledge, not going to kill. Pyronado puts you in disadvantage again. You keep on the stage, but no! That is brutal right there. Let me tell you what happened.
Devastating.
Again, that's a devastating loss right there. When you are in control of momentum, but whatever happens at the end is what happens. And what happened right there is I brought up in the very first game. The side B takes away all of Pyro's moves except for jump and air dodge. They tried to go for a very aggressive side B off stage to maybe kill Eefer off the top, but they had aerial momentum. So they did the side B and they didn't stop. They just kept going straight off the edge. They weren't ready for that. Eefer wasn't ready for that. And when they tried to panic up B, get back up, they didn't have it. Their sword was out fighting the Luigi, and they were just swordless down in the blast zone. They didn't realize what was happening initially. They didn't jump immediately, and that's the stock.
That's such an unfortunate. I'm going to call that, the second SD we've seen today. That is stinky. There's not a lot of better words for it. That is truly stinky. But now, I mean, Eefer, as a wise man once said, we absolutely take those. Eefer wins it out. They get the stock. They move on to the next game. And my heart goes out to Casimir. That hurts. That really, really does. Because I think Casimir would have clutched that out had that not happened.
Yeah, they were looking like they were on the warpath just like they were before, though. On the warpath? That was even like game one. They were in the lead for the majority of that. It was honestly Eefer who was bringing it back until that last stock. Until you need to just hit that one last confirm. That is when Eefer started to crack a little bit. So there's a lot less pressure here with a single stock lead here for Eefer. So hopefully with less pressure, they're able to get the same dominant start we saw against Casper to begin the first crew battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Casimir in particular, we've got to talk about Casimir's performance in game one of series one. Was very strong. They beat them out by a single stock. They moved on to the next game, but it was Bleezes who really kind of clipped the wings of Casimir immediately and then went on to win the entire series. So history is being rewritten just a little bit. Eefer is instead moving out of that second game. Will, Title make that appearance here in the second slot? Will it be Denks instead trying to fill in for some lost time? But, is this the beginning of the domino effect? Will Eefer moving on somehow change this to where we see Buena Vista coming out on top?
Well, the math isn't there, but the statistics are, because like you said, it was Buena Vista who got the lead last time, and that didn't do them so good, did it? Overall, though, I feel like the game plan of SAGU is just a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
They just have an answer for what do I do in this situation, whereas it feels like Buena Vista is feeling it out in the moment, which isn't a bad way to play, but I
you
think
can't
practice,
keep playing like that.
Practice always beats out raw skill.
That's definitely not a bad way to start, but you cannot finish out that way. I think you cannot be at the end of a series still thinking, hypothetically, what should I do here or anything else. So actually, I believe this is going to be Buena Vista's player Sophia is the tag that I have written down. We'll see as we jump into the game if that's what it is. But an Isabel player, I'm super excited to see that. I only know one Isabel player now. I guess I know two, but I'm excited to see some Isabel gameplay. No, excuse me, it's Title.
Well, I suppose this may be an answer not just to the Luigi, but to the Inkling coming up next as well. But we'll see how that applies if they're able to get past Kiefer in record time. You see, they're able to control the ground game right here with Kalos, but you get caught by an immediate down air. 45% already. You're being carried towards the edge. And that platform, even more extensions.
Oh my goodness, terrifying. We've got to say, Eefer's, hypothetical win condition right now is to find a single stock. To find one. If you find anything more than that, it is incredible, phenomenal even. But finding even one stock guarantees SAGU a lead moving into the rest of the series. So right now, that is all Eefer needs to find. One is incredible. Two is almost damning for the rest of Buena Vista here in this series.
Indeed, as at this point, it's getting brutal. Yeah, just one tornado. It's not quite going to do it, but it's so close. One unsafe move on Luigi's shield, and you're dead meat. Luckily, Isabel fights primarily with grabs and a very disjointed forward air.
Right.
So not worrying as much about that, but that amazing ledge trapping is going to cover the roll right there.
104 to 141. None of it counts unless Eefer can find that elimination. He's right now, goes to that forward air, but gonna get called back out. The pod finds him up into the air. Oh no! Oh my goodness, the gyro not quite gonna find that elimination, but that is a scary thing to get caught out by. They are both full range, but it's the back air from Eefer that finally finds that first stock on the Title. And truly, Eefer's work here is done. This gives SAGU a guaranteed advantage moving into the next game.
Yeah, and playing right around this fishing rod range, that's crucial right here. Because that fishing rod, I think it might just kill you at this point. You're at 147.
Right.
However, every little bit of damage means you could be one step closer to stealing this stock. They want the pocket. Why not?
They finally get it.
Ooh, and that jab, it's a very good confirm. A lot of hits done on it, but I don't think Title really reacted to it. And at this point, they're off stage 72%. This is an upbeat kill range right now, Sep.
Oh my goodness, an upbeat kill range indeed. But, 170, 180 is a little bit higher in that kill range for SAGU. Eefer does fall, but truly, like I said, the win condition, or at least what I believe is the win condition, was met. They found that stock onto Title when it mattered most, and now, going to the next game, Title will be down a stock against, hypothetically, Blizes, who came in second for SAGU last time.
Yeah, choosing between the devil you know and the devil you don't right here. Blizes ran through Buena Vista last time. Taylor Halo, though, is the team captain. And not only that, is a player who has some serious results both in and out of state. I think they're top 20 in their region right now. It can be pretty brutal. Either way, they want to slice it. But it's not Buena Vista's decision. It is going to be, completely up to SAGU to decide who they want to send in to try and continue this lead that they're building.
Yeah, and like I said, I hope it's Taylor Halo, because if Blizes plays the way they did last time, we're not going to get to see Taylor Halo at all. So I hope it is Taylor Halo, just so we get to see them, so we can see me Sword Fighter. I love to see those more niche characters, those ones you don't see very often. I myself am an Olimar player, so I really love to see those characters that are not super common. And like you mentioned earlier, and I won't go super deep into it in case we don't see Taylor at all, but there's almost a built-in advantage to playing less common characters because, like you said, there's no way somebody's at home practicing their me Sword Fighter matchups,
What I will say is the me Sword Fighters are at home practicing their me Sword Fighter kill confirms.
Absolutely.
That is the one thing that stood out to me about Taylor Halo. I walk into the venue, and they are sitting at a CPU setup. Yep. We've got him here. They're sitting at the CPU setup, practicing down throw, up air, down throw, up air, down throw, up air, just reps over and over again, just like a workout. And we'll get to see what?
Oh my goodness, Halo emerging from the shadows. The diamond armor at the ready. Oh my goodness, I forgot that was a skin set. I love that. But now it is a full stock advantage for Halo, who, if he is as good as I've heard, I mean, the one stock advantage is just going to be icing on the cake here. Already able to find 44% and counting, taking 10 in the process with that chakra. Coming out hyper aggressive with the tornado to boot. It looks like it's going to be all about zoning here to the Miles.
Yeah, and the one thing that could give Isabel a massive advantage is absorbing that tornado. But if you don't get it, then, well, he's gonna get hit by the squeaky hammer just a little bit, but there's that confirm. Again, it almost killed right there. Gonna block that fishing rod completely as you use that slow-moving chakram. You've got to respect slow-moving projectile Zeppelins, because otherwise they're just gonna end your life.
Yeah, it's as stupid as it sounds, the slow ones are the ones that sneak up on you. They really will get you, and already titled down to that third and final stock, technically second stock, because they only had 2 jumping into this crew battle, but I mean, Halo only taking 40% so far. There's truly going to be only a few situations where Halo ends up losing this.
Ooh, look at that poking tool right there. I forgot how fast that down tilt is, and clearly so did Title.
I didn't even know you could angle chakrams until right now. That is something I just learned right here live on broadcast. Absolutely incredible there. Some great zoning, some great placement. The chakram has been grabbed, but now that gives Halo the perfect opportunity to use that tornado and capitalize off the back of it. My golly, what a cleanup there from Halo. Title, to be fair, only had 2 stocks, but that 2 very quickly turning to 0.
Yeah, a deadly diamond down throw. That's what they're bringing to the table right here. As it's so tough to come back against that, because every hit is guaranteed damage. Even if they're not going to kill you with it, if you get clipped by the tornado, it sends you straight up, you get up aired. If they get a grab, it sends you straight up, you get up aired. And you just keep getting skewered by this spinning little Minecraft man with his sword over and over and over again. It's brutal, and it gets to you mentally too when your opponent is so practiced, not necessarily in their punish game, but in their confirms. But it wasn't even just the confirmed Septilance. Did you see the use of those down tilts?
Yeah, it was, everything about that was terrifying, to be honest. That's probably the first time I've ever cast a Mii Sword Fighter. I've seen a Mii Gunner before, but I think that was the first time I've done a Mii Sword Fighter, and just, whoo, what a fascinating matchup there. What an incredible start. I'm truly excited to see Halo go up again next, and if, so far Buena Vista has brought up the same players in the same order, so it was Casmer, Title, and then it was Denks. So I believe hypothetically Denks is the next one to make an appearance, and we saw Joker last time, but I also have Wolf written down. So do you think either of those have any kind of positive advantage over Mii Sword Fighter?
Let it be said, they're both top tiers. They both have a winning matchup against Mii Sword Fighter. But Ultimate is the game in which matchups matter the least.
Absolutely.
I will be honest. Like, Mii Sword Fighter is not a character that gets invalidated. If they don't have access to the projectiles because of a confirm, I mean, they're just still going to be a pretty decent matchup with their down throw combos. And it's going to be the Joker to get us started. Now, you're going to be able to build an early Arsene if you read uses of that chakram. But if you're a little too eager to throw out the Rebel's Guard, grab goes right through it, and you know what happens with grab.
A lot of very bad things happen with grab. It looks like we are jumping back to Kalos here. Let's see if Halo utilizes projectiles perhaps a little more, a little less. I'm really curious to see if they're going to be playing around preventing Arsene, or if they're just going to feed it. Because right now, Halo is feeding into it 59% before they have been touched for even 0.1%. It is counting. There is Arsene, but he may disappear just as quickly as he has up here. Oh my goodness, Kilomiles! That is a 0 to death. If I have ever seen one, Halo starting unbelievably strong. I guarantee chat going crazy right now.
The wings came out from Joker, and then they never touched the ground again. That's what happened, Seth, as at this point, it's Halo completely dominating the pace of the game. The ground game is, well, their main game. As look at this, they've got quick burst options at the side B, little poke options with the chakram and down tilt, and they keep fishing for extra damage off of the tornado. Now with Arsene, though, Danks is able to get a little bit of a foothold.
Yeah, Taylor Halo a stock and a half in on his opponent before taking any damage. That is quite impressive, truly. 80% on the board, and Arsene going to disappear at the worst possible time. Joker Max getting folded like a lawn chair here if he's not careful. SAGU's Halo coming in strong, unbelievably so, and looking for that kill confirm off the top last zone once again.
Not quite able to find that time, Semblance, but they used that little they looked like they were going for a platform extension. So Danks had a little more time, but no, they didn't. They just went for the straight double jump in it. Now at this point, you're last stock against one. You got to get an early Arsene. You know your kill confirm right now. It's back air. Two back airs, and Halo is dead.
Yeah, but then you still got to go through 2 more stocks. You're already at 50% on your last stock. You're the last player here. You were the final hope for Buena Vista to take us all the way to a game 3. You have to get through all 3 Halo stocks, and then all 3 third player stocks as well, who's probably Pleases, who 7 stocked earlier. I mean, this is truly a Herculean task for Dex. And right now, Halo not slowing down for even a moment, not pulling a single punch so far.
Halo's not slowing down, but Danks is slowing them down.
Yes,
you can see they're using these little pokes with guns, with EHA, to make sure Halo can never really get in, but they're still trading every now and then. They're still taking some damage, and these little slow-moving chakrams are a perfect invitation.
Oh my goodness, Halo coming in and not losing a single stock. Absolutely incredible performance there, giving us their best Bleezus impression moving through. That is a very quick 2-0 from SAGU. I mean, Killamouse, that is incredible. Truly amazing.
Yeah, SAGU proving that maybe sometimes having a small roster does not necessarily mean having a bad one. They only have these 3 players, but that means they put all their time, all their focus into them, into putting on a show with these well-practiced confirms, with these well-practiced combos, and with, well, some frankly amazing and stylish reads towards the end with that chakram.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Halo already a player after my own heart. Truly a niche player, a strong player, and it was Minecraft related. That checks every box for me. I'm good, and I'm super excited to see what SAGU is doing in the future. The Southwestern Assemblies of God University coming in with a 2-0 victory over Buena Vista. Absolutely phenomenal performance from them here tonight.
Yeah, and Buena Vista put up a good fight, especially starting out. It looked like it could be a boxing match, but once the latter half of SAGU's roster came in, it slowly started to snowball in the other direction, with Halo being the big rock that blows up the snowball at the bottom. I mean, it was brutal right there. In the end, Halo was the rock that the entire team was centered around. I'm sure they're there helping SAGU get coached, and hey, Buena Vista, an opportunity right here to study all your habits, how they're being exploited, and get a lot better too. But for now, it's going to be SAGU as your victors.
Absolutely. And folks, that is going to be all that we had prepared for you tonight. So thank you everybody so much for watching. We literally could not do this without all of you. If you want to follow us on our socials, that would be great. Mine is just Septilance. His is Kilomiles IRL, as in real life. And if you want to drop a follow on the channel, that would be great. If you want to follow ECAC Esports on Twitter as well, that would be phenomenal. A huge shout out to Jeffrey in the back line, our producer and good friend, making everything that is not just us happening. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all the players and teams for coming out here tonight. Check your posture, drink some water. Don't forget to love each other. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Peace, everybody.
Put off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless.